Hey, how's everybody today? We are on the 777 portal, and Sun Psychic Jean is here with me. Thank you.
You're welcome, Val. I wouldn't want to be with anyone else on this very, very special day, you guys. 7 for July, 7 for the 7th of the month. And
Mm-hmm.
what is the last 7, Val? Can you tell us why it's there's 3 sevens? Because I
20,
was
20,
pardon.
2023 makes seven. If you add up 2023. So it's legitimately a 777 portal this year. Like if it was 2022 or 2024, it wouldn't be. So they still honor it because it's a 77889. They're all portals, but this one's really really important. Going back, I'm going to go back to the spring equinox, and that opened a door, and that opened up a whole new energy that we're in, where we're creating from. We've never been here before. So this is the really interesting part because it's up to us to create this new earth. So we had the equinox, we've gotten all that information, went to the solstice, and that was thank you. And that was with a galactic center, and a couple of the moons were too, where they had galactic center points, where they had the great attractor points, or the shape the attractor, where all this massive energy comes in from the space anomalies, just keeps pouring in. We're huge multiverses, right? Comes down into us, gets into our part of the galaxy in the Milky Way, and goes to our central sun, which is Sirius, which is what our sun today is conjunct with Sirius.
Wow.
So all that information is coming. I even brought visuals. Okay, think this is the central sun, and this is our sun, and it just beams in that energy to us. It's constant, right? It's a constant, been going on since the beginning of time. But this is really powerful and potent because of that new, we're in this new creational energy that we've never been here before. We've never been in this part of space before, and that's in every moment. We're always in somewhere new. But how these energies have poured in through those massive anomalies is just, it's all divine energy. It comes into the divine, right? So then it comes to the central sun, into our sun, out spreads to our solar system. We'll think of Neptune as Neptune's in Pisces. They both, Neptune rules Pisces too. And that's like the divine in our little group of planets. So that
Wow.
puts into there, and then we get more of these downloads, and you can see how since 2012, since Neptune's been into Pisces, how our psychic abilities have come on, how we're
Yes,
remembering who we are, and it doesn't end. Aren't you learning new stuff every day?
I am. I
It's
am.
really
My mind is blown, and things are happening, and people are seeing things, and it's amazing. Yeah,
it,
I mean, look at the angel that we saw on Scott on that
that was
show.
that
I
was
mean,
so cool.
and people are seeing things like this all the time now. It's like I've seen fairies, I've seen different orbs, and uh, UFOs, for lack of a better term. All of these things are becoming, it's like the clouds are moving out of the way and we're able to see through the fog. Like we
Mhm.
usually have like something like a veil over our face, or like something hiding us from that other dimension. But now we're able to see through the dimension because the energies and the frequencies and the vibrations are changing. And that's all because of the planets, because of the central sun, because of these gateways. Now, what is the difference between a gateway and a portal for anybody that is not really sure?
I
I call it
honestly use them interchangeably, you know,
okay.
and I'll say gateway portal. I'll say gateway portal, like I think I did that in my community board this morning because this is so big, right? Okay, so just think back to a 4-4 in April. 3322, and here we are at 77. So all this energy we've been getting, this is all leading us to the 88 portal. But the 77 is where 777 is where we are merging our divine, our divinity, our higher self, because you have to have.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what it is. It's so cool.
7 means God, doesn't it? The
Yes,
777 is
yes,
the God number. So
yes.
that's our divine in us. I get
Yeah.
it. And
And then, yeah, and it just got chills. And then in 888, right? It merges to where, okay, spread that love out into humanity, into your community, into the places. And this year, it's just so powerful because of this. I mean, just since the equinox, we just have these new energies. I mean, and they've been creating since the beginning of time, but especially the last 3 years. So look at 777, right? It's in Cancer season. Cancer is about your emotions. It's about you understanding, because once we understand our emotional body, we have a better grasp on dealing with the physical, the mental, the all the other things, right? You got to know what. Mm, mm, let me put it like this: our emotions are our feelings, are our guidance system. And if we are not connected to ourselves, to our divine self, to bringing more of our higher self into us, you really don't have. You got to stabilize that, right, to a certain extent. So we've been doing that. We've been doing that. This is kind of showing us, look how far you've come. Again, I feel like I repeat myself a lot, but it is. Look how far you come. Give yourself a hug, a pat on the back, because this is not an easy journey, and it hasn't been.
you know what I find is sometimes I giggle at myself because, we think that we're here on earth as a human, like all alone, and we're walking through this thing called life as
Mm,
if we're making it up. And here it's all orchestrated. And they're asking us, let's give them more, let's give them more, let's see how much they can evolve, let's give them, and we're all being guided and directed. It's all purposeful. And this being a 7 year is going to be very magical. Each
mhm,
portal, each
mhm,
7788 portal and gateway is going to be and it's an energetic gateway. It's going to be very meaningful for us this year because it's a 7 year as well.
yeah.
But I love you remember when I told you, Val, that for me, when I see the heavens and I see the natal chart, that it feels like it's a combination lock. You know how you have to go
Yeah.
3 clicks this way and 2 clicks
Mhm,
that way, and then there's like an opening that unlocks this portal, unlocks this energy, unlocks this site or this dimension. I feel
mhm.
as though there's like an unlocking, there's an undoing, there's a revealing going on.
Yeah,
It's just
definitely.
so exciting to be on Earth at this time.
It is. But look, we heard the call too. We answered the call. So, and I'm not putting anyone down, because someone who's unaware right now could wake up tomorrow, but we answered the call. We've been working on that. We've been understanding our guidance system, all of this information. I mean, my gosh, we're talking ascension, we're talking things that the normal, it's becoming more frequent and understood out in the world, but it's not the normal
No, no.
conversation,
But
right?
it doesn't have to be, doesn't it? Don't they say like only like less than 10% of us need to be awakened and enlightened in order for it to be like the 100th monkey? Tell us about that, Val. I love when you tell us about that.
Which one? Yeah, because, well, it is us. Okay, think of all the people who are spiritually heart-centered, soul-centered, pillars of light all throughout the planet, holding, stabilizing that light into Mother Earth. And we're like antenna. We're beacons. So when that central sun is pouring energy, we get it first because we're in tune to it. So we kept following the guidance. We kept listening. We kept answering the phone, basically, right? We just kept going with it.
Mm.
And now we can visually see the huge difference from when this first started happening to us to now. Now we're comfortable in who we are. We know, because we know each other now. We have a community of like-minded people who are experiencing the same thing, and we know something is going on. So when these portals open up, you know, what do? You get inside, go into the meditation, do a little ceremony for yourself. This is really no different than a full moon. Make 777 water. Make
Oh,
a talisman. Have a little, because of the fire and the water. Cancer's the water. Leo, we're going to go up to the fire of Leo, but we're integrating them both into our energy field, and it's going to be more balanced. And you can also look at it like this: your sacral chakra, your creative center, is merging with your heart chakra, the because Leo rules the heart, right? The creational part of us is our sacral chakra, and that took a lot of clearing. That one took a while, and I'm sure we're all still working on it on some level. But wow, take the time to go in, because we're going to hear these messages. We might not hear them all today, up until the 8-8 portal, but even after that, it's just gonna constantly come through. It's just it's this is unusual that our sun is conjunct the central sun at this degree of Cancer every year, but it happens to be a 777. So there's and you know how we look at the numbers and the numerology, and we know it's significant. We know it means something. We know we're in, and each of us individually have our own unique path that we're being guided to be on. To I mean, look, you're a psychic medium. You know, everybody has their own gifts and abilities here, whether you have a channel or not. You are being that pillar of light, and you're being it 24/7. This isn't like something, oh, I'm gonna be the light, Valerie, and then in 10 minutes whenever we're finished here, I take it off and I'm not. That's not how it is anymore. We are organically now that. So we're getting all those downloads of information through our sun that keeps having solar flares, that keeps doing its thing, and that comes into Earth, and
mm.
it lights us up. It helps remove blocks and density individually, but throughout the whole planet. But the more it gets released, the more we can absorb that new information. You know, so
And it comes at us and it's revealed in many different ways, in many different layers and from many different directions. Like Sarah Kay at 450 Val says 777 represents the Palladian sisters, which
yeah.
is also Subaru. I'm telling you, the Subaru has been haunting me because I keep seeing those stars. Like that's oh, I'm like, oh, it's the Palladians because I see the Subaru 7 stars in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so true, Sarah. And somebody else said that we are Venusian beacons. Do you?
Well, yeah, and I'm going to get into all of that. Well,
Okay.
Sirius is right across from the Seven Sisters. It's in the same,
Oh,
you can see it. You can see the Seven Sisters. You can see Sirius over here. So Sirius, all that energy coming into Sirius beams into the Seven Sisters, beams into Orion's belt. Orion's belt is okay. The pyramids in Egypt and the Sphinx. the pyramids in Egypt have, there's three of them, and they each have a star will line up with that pyramid at this time of year. Sirius is over top of the Sphinx. So you see, it's, I mean, this is ancient information being mixed with the new information that is being balanced out. Now, the reason why I keep saying balance is that we have Mars and Venus in Leo, right? That hasn't happened since like the 1700s.
Mm.
Today, well, the next 5 days are kind of the closest they will be, but he will leave Leo. She will go till the 22nd and then retrograde. So she won't leave Leo until October. Well, why is that important? Well, Mars is our divine masculine, Venus is our divine feminine, and it's all the things we love, right? And Mars wants to, let's do the things you love. Let's make this happen. And it could be anything, what means something to you personally. But it's balancing that out between us individually and in humanity throughout, because we all know the divine feminine has been suppressed for quite a while. And this is, I don't know how long it's going to take. I wish I knew those answers, but this is
But
the
is
beginnings of balance. Go ahead.
That's yeah, and in society we see that there's an imbalance with the feminine energies and the masculine energies, and it's been very patriotic or whatever that word is. I say it wrong every time, but the masculine is just out of balance with the feminine energies. We need to
Mhm.
be kind, we need to be loving, we need to be caring, and not dominating, and not grifting, and not trying to get as much, like, no, not so much aggressive. We need, and it's not that we don't need this, because we need to be aggressive when we need to be aggressive, but we
Mhm.
don't want to be out of balance. And this is what Val's saying, is the Venus and the Mars being there is helping us to regain that balance.
Yeah.
And it's going to be there, and it may not finish the job, but it'll come back around. That balance is going to come back around and maybe present itself in another lineup of the planets as well.
Yeah, because we're getting something from Venus. Venus is really going to hang out with us for a while to ensure that we are focused. And this part is our job, right? Is to focus in on what is it, what is your heart's desire, what is it you love. I love talking about the planets. I love explaining how this energy is lifting us up in ascension, in leveling us all up. That energy is higher, finer, and we can all feel it. we're in a different we're in a different field. Okay, now we can turn on the news at any moment and immediately be dropped back down to this older energy.
Mm-hmm.
That's where our strength comes in, and Leo gives us the courage, the strength, the confidence, because Leo rules the heart. Leo is all about how do I, children, animals, everything I love, rules the fifth house of all the things you love. Okay, so Venus and Leo are really together on this, going, please focus, stay stay out of the muck as much as you can. Get that in small doses. We all have to know what's going on. I understand that, but this is a really crucial time, from now until like 2025, beginning of 2025, where I think we'll even have more visible proof of what it is we've been working through. But us as light workers have to focus in on that. I mean, I think the whole reason we're all here at Heart Centered and Soul Centered is because we want all of humanity to thrive. We want all of humanity to be in a peaceful, truthful, harmonious world, not this stuff going on out there now. And that is being that's also being transformed, because we have Saturn in Pisces, who is, I mean, If Saturn wasn't in Pisces, I don't know what would happen, because Saturn rules our structure, our systems, and how
Oh,
things are going, how we, and we know most of the systems are not in integrity. We know that. So Saturn in Pisces is looking at it like, okay, we need to make new rules here. We need to, this is new energy, new earth, new rules. But
wow.
we're the ones who implement it.
And that which we focus on grows.
Yeah.
What we're practicing, what we're spending our most of our time thinking about is what we're manifesting, what we're creating, what we're focusing on. We're giving energy to that. So wouldn't you rather focus on the balance, the new systems, the new possibilities, the evolution, the better cars, the better earth, better
Mm-hmm.
um, energy or weather what do we call it, just what is that weather thing?
Well,
I'm losing my
weather,
words.
that's okay.
Global warming, to
Well,
reduce the global warming. Yeah, you know what I was talking about. And this is what we want to focus on.
mhm,
Look into people who are making products and websites and systems that are really, I mean, I heard not too long ago that a kid, like a college kid, figured out how to develop something that would take care of all the plastic in the ocean. And you don't hear about that every day, but find out, follow him, look at him, spread him,
mhm,
like this is what we want. This is what we want to focus on.
mhm,
We know what's going wrong. We want to find out more and more of what's going right and what to do and who is the green technology and just what our community does to help each other out. And
mhm,
I buy secondhand clothes because
mhm.
I'm trying not to put so many clothes in the landfill. And I like this style. I mean, those secondhand ones are the ones I like the best.
I
So,
do too. I do too. I love it. That's good. Yeah. It's
and
so important though. Um, there's so many people like that kid. He was going to be my example. I was going to use that's cleaning out the ocean. There's
oh,
so many people like him that have these brilliant solutions to real problems that keep getting swept under the rug for some 10-second soundbite. Every time you look, it's about the same person, the same atrocities, the same, tragedies. And it doesn't mean I don't care. I send love to everything. But
yeah,
what is so hard about us focusing on solutions? So
balance.
that's, yeah, balance again. So we're the ones, and people like us that are creating these solutions are in the forefront. We don't want this same old earth, but they're trying to make it believe like these are all we got. These old systems that are de- destined, and they're dying and decaying, right? And they know that there's better ways. They don't implement them on purpose, and that's a whole nother story. And maybe we'll get into it. But I I believe in the light. I believe in heart centered and soul centered. But I also know there are people or entities or beings or whatever you want to call them that are not heart centered and soul centered and do not want the best for all of humanity. So that is kind of where we're at. Now, we're not fighting them as a battle. It is by being unconditional love, they dissipate. And that's all it is. We don't have to fight anybody.
Yeah,
I don't have to talk about anybody. I don't have to, do I get frustrated? Yes. Do I get myself all but you have to release that when you're angry, when you're frustrated, and come back into it and say, okay, well, I still, no matter who it is, I still wish them love. And I hope that they can elevate. I hope there's something there for them to elevate. But I know that we are, and this is what we're here for. We're here for our specific purpose. And the more we're focused in on our hearts and our dreams and our preferences and our desires and our solutions, we're making a difference. That's what I wanted to read this one thing, if you don't mind. This is kind of like it's about the great central sun at the galactic core. Okay, now that galactic core has been in play. Oh, well, it's been in play long time, but we'll just go back to equinox. And it says, metaphysically, the great central sun as the sun behind other suns, and all other suns of their respective domains have always been considered to be the vortices of energy central to the systems of worlds that they thrust from or gather onto themselves by their central magnet. The great central sun is a source and a center of the all pervading presence of the great I am. It is the point of integration of the spirit matter cosmos, of an central concentration of God consciousness and the release of light and life and love to all creation. It is a nucleus, heart center or white fire core of the cosmos. The God star Sirius is a focus of the great central sun in our sector of the galaxy. So that's powerful. That is very powerful information. Those vibrations are so high, and they're helping us, I would imagine, throughout all galaxies that are in this type of dimension, elevate. And that's the cool part. But we're the ones doing it. We're the ground crew. So connecting your divine feminine, your divine masculine, your sacred fire and your sacred water, and integrating it and making this beautiful balance.
Tell us about that again. And water is the Cancer, and the fire was the Leo, was it?
Yeah, but see how Leo has already started. Okay, Leo's a lot of planets. Okay, so we have Mars, Venus, Black Moon Lilith, which is our deepest fear. That can, it doesn't usually come to be, but it is always in the back of our mind. Like mine would be, is this really going to happen? Are we really, but it's just something where we have to face it like with any other fear. You have to acknowledge it to release it. You have to look at it and say, I see you, but I'm going to have that trust. There's the word, the trust and faith in myself and the universe that there is more to this that's going on. And we all feel it, right? It's hard to kind of prove it, but that's kind of why I got into astrology, because it was showing me, yeah, look there, look here, it's we're evolving. We're evolving out of the density. So anyway, that equinox starts in Aries season, right? And we'll just use that as the new doorway. So we got all the information from Aries, all the information from Taurus, all the information from Gemini. Now we're in Cancer and we're receiving all that information. And it just keeps building on itself. Aries is, what are we going to create? I am. What am I? Right? And Taurus is like, I'll create it. I'll do it, because Taurus makes things manifest here, right? So Gemini goes, well, okay, I'll help you think and plan and communicate it to make it happen. And then Cancer, so you go into Cancer, and this is where you get the feelings. Am I on the right track? And if you feel it, which you will, because we all know what our feelings feel like, if it's something we don't want or if it's something we do want. Follow your feeling, because then once you get into Leo, your heart smiles. When your heart smiles and your heart's all excited about something.
Yeah.
And then we'll keep moving into the fall equinox, and we'll go for that period. But right now, we need to focus on this period until the fall equinox. Get all this information, get yourself aligned, to
So
your
that's what
heart.
we're doing today. We're honoring where we are in the zodiac. We're honoring where we came from since the equator, the equinox. So
Mhm.
since then, we've been building and working towards this. We've been going through this, and we just need to take a moment and honor it and understand that these energies are for us. These energies
Mhm.
are here, and we are evolving. This is a constant evolution, and
Mhm.
these energies that come in with different aspects and different combinations in different days, it's important to honor it and to think about
Yeah.
it so that we can apply it to our lives today. And not only that, but know what might be coming in a few months and maybe even 6 months from now, because of where the planets are moving towards and what is coming up. So it's a lot of information. It's a lot of understanding and awareness. And it's just a way for us to honor that today. Today, the
Mhm.
7-7 portal is a way to honor that, to think about how we can apply it to our own lives or how it is manifesting in our own lives. Um, it's really it's it's you hear about it, but you don't know what to do. You think, am I going to know something when I wake up in the morning? You know.
And some of us probably have, some of us I know I woke up and I was just immediately motivated, feeling good, feeling, because I love doing this. So I know I'm having this show with you today, and I had a reading earlier, and that's, it just, it makes my heart happy. So that's what I do. I do what makes my heart happy. And that's really the only requirement any of us need. If you're fighting, a battle, relationships, or you hate your job, you, this is the time to really get real and go inside and say, okay, how can I make this better? How can I make my life better? Because as soon as every light worker, well, every human, every person is doing their passion and connected to their heart, that energy raises up faster. It's not even, oh, we got to go through another, year and a half of the slugging and slugging through, because I keep saying 2025, but it could happen sooner if, yeah, I'm not in charge of the time. I'm just seeing what the astrology says and going by the things I read about and feel through.
Mm.
And you feel through it. This is for Cancer season, is to feel it all. Feel your life out, and that'll help guide you to your heart. Whose
And
appointment is
how
that?
many people out there are cancers in the chat? Or does anybody have a birthday during is Cancer the end of June to the beginning, I mean to the middle of July? Is that when Cancer is?
Cancer will go until July. I think it's the 19th, 20th
Mm.
this year. They
Mhm.
usually change. Like the cusp date usually changes for each sign. So that's why there's,
So
when the new
Juno's
moon or a full moon comes up, it's good to track. I would always say this: track the moons. Once you track the moons, you'll get a feel of your emotions through each moon. I see what Warrior Girl's saying. Can I just comment on her real quick? I forget we're on my channel, so forgive me. Okay, I need to add about Black Moon Lilith facing our shadow, accepting and releasing is the whole dark night of the soul. Well, that's part of it. Black Moon Lilith will it'll bring it into your awareness. But it's rare that you face what your fears are because of Black Moon Lilith. Now, your dark night of your soul, you have to go inside and you have to face your fears and you have to get uh, to a point where you can release them in like Juna said, in peace, in love, in gratitude. Because the sooner you can do that, it's not easy, and I'm not saying it is. I had many dark nights of the soul, and it's a struggle. she being where she is now, though, Black Moon Lilith is in that Leo, kind of like the confidence part of Leo, the strength, being courageous, and working through any any blocks you may have with that. But yeah, thanks. Thank you. I like how everybody knows. I like a warrior girl. She knows about the astrology. Well, they all do. Everybody's beautiful. Thank you for coming here. Thank you. I want to say hi to everybody. I'm sorry. I forgot I was on my channel till a minute ago. We got started. I started talking. I forgot what was going on.
She's used to me driving, is what she's saying. Now she
Yeah.
has control of the chat. I can't control the chat, or else I'd be popping you guys up there the whole time. That's all right.
Oh,
That's
I'm
all right,
sorry.
Val.
Okay, warrior girl. She wasn't referring to Black Moon though. Yes, it's an excellent example of the meaning of the dark night of the soul. Thank you, warrior girl. Gino says attaching less emotional hooks to things we wish to release makes the process easier. Oh my goodness. And release with things with grace and ease. That is
That's perfectly said,
yes,
and spoken from experience,
yes,
Juno.
yes.
Spoken from experience. Only through experience do we understand that those emotional hooks have to be released in order for us to go through them. It's really, really important to release, let go, forgive, and move through it. And it's beautiful. I love that. Attaching less emotional hooks to things.
Yeah.
It's not saying we're perfect and we can just say, "Oh, that doesn't matter anymore." It's just releasing some of them. Oh
I,
my gosh.
that is beautiful. Thank you, Gina, because it's the truth. And it takes sometimes I know I've had hooks that were in me that were really huge and big and painful, say 30, 40 years ago, and now I can look at whatever that is and say, thank I say thank you to it because all of that, all of that pain, trauma has made me who I am today. And I wouldn't change any of it. There was a time in my life where I thought for sure I would, if I had a chance to, I would do it. But it's it's what builds us. It builds our character and our strength. And I know that sounds shitty. Sorry about swearing, but
I
it's a process. Go ahead.
Uh, it definitely does build our character. It builds our awareness, and it builds our experience, and it allows us to gain wisdom, and to gain compassion, and to gain
Hmm.
perseverance. You know, that's why we're on Earth, is to learn these lessons.
Hmm.
Um, and if you refuse to go forward and take a step forward out of fear, it's really, you'll just stay in that same groove. You won't continue on. I know a friend of mine from back in high school. She broke up with her boyfriend, and it devastated her. She was so in love with him, but it was her boyfriend. And she
Hmm.
said, "I'll never love another man again." And
Hmm.
I mean, this is like, 40 or 50 years later, and she still will never love another. And I thought, what you really,
Wow.
that's really, that's really,
Wow.
I mean, why? I mean, and she'll probably come back in the next lifetime and go through another heartache where she'll have to feel what it feels like, and to move forward and to brave loving
Yeah.
again. And it's this refusal to go through it, and this refusal to face it, or to put ourselves out there and be vulnerable again, and not vulnerable, but just to love again and feel
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And and it may or may not work out, but know that whatever happens, you can get through it,
Yeah.
because we're human, and we've gotten through all the other 900 things that we got through this life
Yeah.
that we went through. Look at all the stuff that we all been through our whole lives. We've made it this far. It's okay to keep going. It's okay. It's okay to relax and to let go. And I don't know how we got on this, but yeah, somebody may have needed to hear
Yeah.
it.
I mean, it's important because, okay, so your friend, for instance, I know a lot of people like that. all kinds of reasons, that just refuse to look at themselves, refuse to give them themselves the grace to try again, to do something again, right? Because of fear of being hurt.
Yes.
That
Hmm.
that is so, that, how do I want to put it? We come onto earth and we think we're supposed to be perfect, when
Mm-mm.
it is the trials and tribulations that encourage to keep going despite what's happening, to see what's next. It's really hardwired, or maybe that's societally,
Hmm.
through society, that you're not perfect, so don't even try, just give up, don't even,
Hmm.
and they that's another thing used to disempower us. Okay, so I'm not perfect and I'm just never going to try again. But
Yeah.
life is experiencing experiences, and they're all the widest range of experiences, and there's
It's
no
not
right or wrong.
it's not how many times we fall, it's how many times we get back up and try again. And
Excellent.
it just empowers us more. It empowers us more and more. And there's many different scenarios that we can apply, but whatever there is a thing for me too. There's a thing for all of us that really gets our goat, so to speak. Where we
Mm,
have these pet peeves that really push our buttons. And what are they? They're the lessons that are inside of us that we need to heal because it keeps bothering us from the outside. So it must be something in us that we need to heal in order to prevent those buttons to be pushed. It's not the people out here pushing the buttons. It's
no,
not the people out here doing the things that are is a pet peeve to us. It's that what is inside of us that we cannot have compassion for this person going through their life in that manner.
absolutely. That's, I mean, it's perfectly stated. It is. It's all our our feelings, our emotions, our perception, and this is how our okay. So we think of, or we have a thought, we have a belief, we bring it in. The mind wants to go, okay, well, how can I make that happen? And we do all that before we consult the heart. When first you should have went with the heart, and then the heart will figure out how do we make it all happen. Uh,
Wow.
because the mind and the ego work for the heart, and then the way you get confirmation on it or against it is how you feel. So
That's
that
beautiful. So
isn't
let me just see what Juno says, and then I want you to tell me,
it,
how do you know that the mind and the ego work for the heart? So that seems to
okay.
be something that you know. So I want to find out how you know that. But Juno says, write down things you wish to release and place a glass of water over them for a period of time. When ready to release, burn the paper and pour the water on Gaia to release. She thrives on the energy to transmute it. That's her job. That's what she loves to do.
Isn't that beautiful? And see, I always say with the moons, make a release paper, write it down, burn it, and then make your intention paper and keep building on that. Give that the honor, the attention. Of course, when you're releasing, you want to say, thank you, thank you, I appreciate the lessons, or whatever you have to say. I release you in peace, love. A lot of people can't, they can't forgive. And this isn't about forgiving, it's more of accepting. Accept it, work through those. I know there's a lot of us have had some really horrible things happen to us, me included, and there's a lot of things I can't forgive, but I can accept it and I can
Right.
release it in that way. Um,
Right.
I don't know if you know Sirius Joy. It's an astrology service. He does have a YouTube channel. He
Hmm.
I've been he has a subscription service. It's 19.99 a month. I get probably 6 to 8 texts a day. There's so much information on that channel. I couldn't even. We'd be here a long time. He goes into the details, but the reason why I stayed with him was he does a step system. You know how the degrees, we got 0 to 29 degrees. Well, he calls it a step system. and it's about how to achieve serious joy. I was a miserable person. I was not happy, so I needed some help, right? Um, but he is the one who taught me your heart is the king, the queen of the kingdom or the queendom. This is rules everything. But the mind's running around before you know this, doing everything to try to make everything appear or satisfy that ego need of taking care of this, do that. Well, until you consult the heart, you really are working backwards. It's got to come from the heart. The mind and ego work for the heart to get the things done. To know if you're on the right path or not is how you feel about
That's
it.
I knew the concept, but I didn't know that the heart always ruled the mind and the ego. I knew
Yeah.
that you follow your bliss, and whatever you follow your bliss will work for you, and
Mm-hmm.
is a spirit's way of guiding us.
Yeah.
When you have something that you love to do and you have a lot of joy and you are really good at it, that's what we're supposed to be doing, because that's spirit guiding us, that's spirit leading us. And this is how I've described it, and then everything else will fall into place, and or be in balance with the mind and the ego. Work with the ego so that you can figure out that you have to plant these seeds 4 or 5 months ahead in order to get the sunflowers when you want them. Like, we need to
Mm-hmm.
be in combination, in conjunction, and this is getting that balance, that male female, that ego and spirit working together. And we're maybe calling it different names. I may be saying spirit and ego, and you may be saying heart and mind, but it's all about balance. It's all about working together. It's all about coming from the heart, which is coming from your soul and your spirit and your divine guidance. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all related and all very similar. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And the thing is with okay, a good point with serious joy. And every year he does a 40 days of self-love, and it usually starts in Leo season. Okay, because Leo's all about you have to love yourself and accept yourself to create this dream you have, so he calls that a golden egg project. um he's really, I mean, he's just brilliant, and it's fascinating. I've learned so much from him astrologically, but also on just how to I didn't know. I honestly didn't know how to love myself. I didn't know that that was a thing. I thought you had to love
Mhm.
and care for everyone else. So, and I think it's $3.99 a month for the first month, and if you don't like it, cancel it. But it's $19.99 a month after that. But it really, if anybody's struggling with this, I wish I could teach like he does. He's really, really brilliant. But he does have these things like the 40 days of self love, and you journal every day, and you go through it. Um, it's not easy. We've been so disconnected from our hearts, even though we're here as a spiritual community, and we've found we're following the divine guidance. But it was really difficult for me to connect to my heart. I didn't know. I didn't even know what I wanted. I had no idea what I loved. I just felt like I had to do things to survive, you know? And it's so different now. And it's just really I'm just so grateful to live during these times. I'm grateful for everything that's ever happened to me. And I know that sounds, airy fairy, but it is truly how I feel. And I was an extremely negative, sad person, you know, most of my life. So, but oh goodness. Is there any questions from anybody? I just keep talking away. Heart brain coherence. Yes. Thank you, Priscilla. Hi, Ginny. Fear cannot. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. I'm over here in charge. Okay, Viviana, you're talking about a Smith song, and I do like the Smith songs. I don't know which one. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Juno. The tongue is the sprout of the heart. Think twice, speak once, from a place of your loving heart. That is beautiful, Gina. She had one the other day about the breath is a present. How did you say that? The breath is a present you receive throughout the day, all day, or I can't
Wow.
quote you good. Fear cannot live where there is laughter. Gina, you're on fire today.
I know. Send her the link.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Did we
Hmm.
want to? Oh, do I? Okay, I have a few. Jean, thank you. She helped me get these. What? Okay, how do I do it? There we go. And these are also on my community page.
And you can take Juno's. Yeah.
There we go. I was trying to figure out how to do it. I'm not so good. I got to start learning more about this. Okay, so Sirius Gateway is one of the most powerful portals. Blue diamond frequencies and light codes stream directly from Stargate Sirius to Earth. And this is another reason why it's associated with the water energies because it is a blue star. It's, Sirius is.
How many people here are from or have lifetimes on Sirius? How many?
Mm,
And Sirius is next door to the Pleiades, right? So we're either Palladian
mhm,
or we're Sirian, right? Is that
mhm.
what it is?
Or well, you could be an Andromedan, you could be Arcturian. There's oh my goodness, Syrian, Arcturian. I think there's like 6 different ones that, but okay, so this is the cool thing about the star seeds and the stargates, right? When we come through as a soul, we're in our mom's womb, right? Our soul's coming through. Our soul's come through the sun, the central sun, to this sun, to come in to here. So, okay, so when I look at a chart, there's fixed stars. Okay, so Regulus, Leo and Venus in Leo will retrograde at 28 degrees Leo.
Mm.
That's an area of the sky that Regulus rules. And there's the fixed stars, there's the Sirius, uh there's so many that you can fill in. The galactic center, and we all come in through one of these gateways to get to our sun to become the human Valerie or Jean we become. And we're none of us are from here. Very few of us are. We're from
Especially
everywhere.
us, everybody in the community, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. All of us are not. Um, and and just think of how many lifetimes we have. We live for eternity. We're infinite beings of. We're sovereign beings of love that live for eternity. We've been in every form on every planet. Um, I just we were built for this, or we wouldn't be here doing this. Does that make sense? Should I remove this, Jean, or should I?
I think we're having a little. I
Why is it
can't
there?
change it. I can't change it for some reason.
It's
I think
okay.
it only took one picture at a time. So I can.
Um,
What is the next one that you would like me to share? And I'll share that screen next.
oh, it doesn't matter. Anyone that says Sirius or 777. I was just gonna look at my phone,
All
and if
right.
anyone has any questions, please let us know. We don't take a breath; we receive a breath. True notes.
Oh,
Isn't that beautiful? Thank you, Diana.
okay. You can pop up the next one. I'm going to have
Okay.
to do them one at a time, is all.
Bye, Kate. Thank you.
Oh,
All right, so this one is saying step into the doorway of transformation and unlock the power within. your soul's blueprint. And this is what all gateways and full moons and new moons do. It unlocks another part of us, and we
Oh,
receive that information. Embrace your divine potential and manifest your dreams into reality. Okay, this is a celestial synchronicity 777. You don't want to miss. Mm. Okay, and it brings up the ancient wisdom like Egypt and probably older than that, and explore the depths of your being. The cosmic alignment holds tremendous transformational energy.
well, sorry, I'm trying to make it bigger.
That's okay. Allow yourself to attune to this powerful energy, and it's an extraordinary opportunity to manifest financial blessings and align your intentions with the flow of abundance. And that's another thing, Leo. Leo is a fire sign. They make things happen. They care for everyone. They In order to care for everyone, you need to be a pretty good manifester, right? So they're known for that. So that's probably coming in there too during this Venus and Leo. All right, I'll go rid of that one. Thank you all for coming here and hanging out with us today. This was Jean's brilliant idea. She said we should do 7-7, and I was like, oh yeah, we should.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes. Well, actually, tell them whose idea it really was, Val.
it was Jean's guides, I guess, and my guides, because Jean.
On my way to work, I had an urge to call Val at the break of dawn in the morning. I'm like, let me give her some time to wake up, will you? And they're like, call her, call her, call her, call her, call her, call her. Let's do
Uh,
this. Let's do this. So I'm like, okay, let's
uh,
do this.
and while she's talking, my guides, because I'm always talking to my guides, I'm asking, is this what? Yes, yes, do it. I'm like, okay. I guess like I said, I stay up in the cosmos maybe a little too much lately. All right, the universe is showing you what you need to do and where you need to be. Pay attention. Change is knocking on our door. A wake up call. The world is changing, and we all need to evolve along with it. And this is so true that Saturn in Pisces is doing that, but so is that Pluto in Aquarius. Now, Pluto is retrograding Capricorn right now, so we're seeing more of the stuff that needs to be exposed. We gotta see it to acknowledge it, to heal it, to release it. But once Pluto goes into Aquarius full time, which is sometime next year, I, that's where I feel we will have the visual confirmation of where we are living, that we have changed in vibration. Thank you, Mika. Mika Goddess. Jay.
All right.
Jay,
I
do
have a
you have
picture.
an age? I'm sorry.
No. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just wondering where Jay has explored any lineage. She said she hasn't seen any from Sirius.
Is that not just gorgeous?
I just
Just
love that picture.
gorgeous. And what is this? Is this like
I
the
don't know.
sun? Oh, okay.
I don't know.
It
I just fell
looks
in
like
love
there's
with it, and it looked like us receiving downloads from Sirius, from the great central sun, from the divine. Doesn't it look like that to you?
it is just gorgeous. Really, really speaks to me. I love this. I love
Mm-hmm.
the way that the shine comes out around
Mm-hmm.
it and that
Mm-hmm.
it's mirrored and that it has these energies and that it looks like a flame. This is like the light of the divine. It's very,
Mm-hmm.
very similar to that. I don't know if I can make it any bigger. Just so that you can see this. I mean, it has to be a picture because nobody could possibly paint that. I mean, it's just so look at that light, the brightness of that light is what we have inside of us. It's that
Mm-hmm.
spark. And it comes from this greater larger source that comes
Mhm.
down and creates inside of us. It's just so beautiful. And I love these little offshoots. It's a
Mhm.
beautiful, beautiful image of a portal or a gateway.
Mhm.
Um, but I also, let me just see, I
I
wanted
love
to
it.
show, yeah, guys, let me just stop and start again. I think it's because it's not on my channel. I keep having to stop and start. But
I'm
this was the thumbnail that I used, and I just thought you could pop it in there. I just I just thought that was such an amazing. And here, look, there's two
Mhm.
suns in this. There's a sun
Mhm.
here and a sun here. Now this looks like a um, almost like a what an
Mhm.
eclipse or something, but it's actually a portal. And this
Mhm.
is the see this little guy down here, how little
Mhm.
he is, and this portal energy. I found this and I'm like, oh, this is the thumbnail I want to use. But
I
it is
love it.
just so impactful. And you can tell it's a thumbnail because I have my colors on the side. But it was amazing, amazing the way they have the everything is in balance. It's miraculous. And the
Well,
colors, I could just stare at this for hours.
mhm. And you just feel like you're receiving so much information when I stare at pictures like this and the last one. And the thumbnail I used too, the one I wanted to use wouldn't fit. It was so gorgeous. It was like the last one a little bit, but more. I don't even know how. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you so you can have it because I know you like the pictures too. And
Hmm.
I'll send it to you too, Diana. I
But
love collecting the pictures for the thumbnails. It's so much fun.
and you name your channel Illumination Portal because these portals are
Hmm.
what you are inspired by. You're
Yeah,
energized by. It causes enthusiasm inside of you. These
yes,
portals,
it does.
and this is what it's all about, like honoring and recognizing and practicing, putting into practice
He says.
a just an action and a recognition. Um, yeah, that.
It really did, and that they just the more I would be in the cosmos, the more information I would get, the more I would see the representations in pictures like you just showed, and I just feel I know how you just download information at that point, and it I was just doing it because I loved it. I didn't never think I was going to read charts or do intuitive readings, and I love it. I love it. I just
You know
love
that
it.
the picture of the portal that I showed that showed that spark, that divine light. That was the illumination part in your name, the illumination portal.
Mhm.
It's that the one beam that was coming down to have that creation. You could tell it was just exploding with creation.
Yeah.
And creation is a real wide subject, and it covers so many different things. Creation is of thought, of ideas. Creation is artwork. Creation is our lives and the purpose, our purpose. There's so
Mhm.
many different ways to, but creation is who we are and what our soul wants to do here in this world is to create. They want to keep creating through this human vessel. The soul wants to create. And by using us to be the vehicle that they do the creation with, that's why it's important for us to follow the heart and have the heart rule the mind and the ego, and not the other way around, because this is where the soul creates from. And this will help to create the balance that we would like to see in the world today. This will
Mhm.
help create divinity and heaven on earth, right?
Yeah.
Because it's all right here. But
Yeah.
these ridiculous humans are thinking with their ego and not with their hearts, and they're like, no, 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 listen to the heart. We gave you the heart. It's in your heart. You
But
can't see it. You forgot it.
you
Look in
forgot.
here. Why they gave us ego so it would help us to create, but we went rampant, left this and went right up here. So now they're telling us it's in your heart. We're going to have to send these star seeds in to wake up these hearts.
And, and it's sad. It's like, well, and people get their heart hurt. You hurt someone's heart and they don't open up again, or they're very cautious about opening up again. And I get it. I do. But
It's painful. It is.
it is very.
Broken hearts from love, or love that is, you have a love and then they leave you, or they say so. It's the most painful feeling, is that love, that refusal of love is just so hard.
Karen, I think that she meant well, we are the divine and we are creating the canvas as we are in the human form. So we are painting that, or bringing in those creations from the divine. I don't know. I'd like to see someone paint that. You're a painter. You paint that for me. She's so cute. Some people can paint light like that. I don't know how. I can. I don't
It
know.
was it was just an observation of how perfect it was. It looked like something I've seen before in my astral travels. It's like this
Mm,
is exactly what it looks like, you guys.
mhm,
I've seen an angel in my mind's eye. I've met them on a journey, and
mhm.
they were so bright and gold I could barely even make out their features.
Right.
But that bright light was so hard to describe. And when you see that light somewhere else, that the brightness and the brilliance of it, it's very similar to what I've seen in my mind's eye before. That it's hard to describe because we don't have that here on Earth. So when I
Right.
saw that, it was just like, was it
That's
was
how
looked
I
real.
see
Mhm.
my higher self. I even call her sparkly because she is like fractal light in a high, almost like diamond fractal, right? Like you could see that. But I do see it is so hard to describe that. I know what you're saying. Like a little bit of gold in there, but it's real high vibrational gold. And when Kate and I were doing the angel shows, I would see it when certain guides or angels came in for people. They would come in that high vibrational light. It is. It's. I mean, and you see that, and you're just in awe. I could barely speak. When you're witnessing something like that, and you're like, my God,
I
how
cried. Yeah.
beautiful. And
Yeah.
I can just imagine they're so bright that they have to tone it down a little just for us to be able to look at it.
And
You know?
it's all energy. Energy is all pure
Mhm.
unconditional love, and that's what's overwhelming about it. It's not just the sight, it's the energy that comes from it, that you can feel the overwhelming unconditional love, and
Mhm.
the divine. It's just really very beautiful, you guys.
It
And
really
it's
is.
inside all of us.
Yeah, and that is what has been being guided to wake up
Hmm.
to that, and that's despite whatever's going on out there, I want to keep reiterating that because I don't think I know I didn't, and I shouldn't assume that some of you didn't, but I wouldn't even give myself the time to dream because I was too busy. I had to get my stuff done. I had to get everything in order. And now that I do dream, that's why I stay up in the cosmos so much now because I'm just enjoying. I
And
enjoy it so much.
it is all available to us.
Yeah,
And
of
Val, if you don't mind, can I just share one more thing?
course.
There is this app I want to tell everybody about.
Iris of an eyeball. It did look like that, kinda.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So, this is an app that I have on my phone,
Oh, I like it.
and
I,
it's called Skyview, one word, and then Light, LITE. And it's on the Apple Store, but I also saw as I was pulling this up that they have the Android version too. But what you
ooh,
do is you hold it up and it tells you what you're it shows the planet, and it
Mhm.
says that there's a moon, that it's, you show what planet it is, and then you hold it over the star, and it shows what star it is. And then when you hold it, like this is Mars right here, and when you point the camera, it uses your iPhone's camera, like this Scorpio will show up, and it shows
Mhm.
Mars is in Scorpio, and that's the constellation. But what
Mhm.
you don't realize is this I see when I'm pointing my camera at my ceiling in my bedroom. It
Yeah.
goes right through, and it's directional. So it, and you can like point it on the floor, and you can see different things. It's really, really interesting. And here is the International Space Station. And if you hover over it, it'll tell you what it is. If you hover over this little star, this little star, this little star, it'll give you the name of every little thing. And I use the free version. I don't pay for this stuff, but it is really, really interesting. So, but this, I don't know of any other app, but this is the one that I use, and I really like it.
I'm sorry. I just downloaded it, so it was making noise. Sorry, but I wanted to do this one because I like how they show the constellations, and I can't remember the name of mine, but yeah, this is such an easy, good way to learn too, to track the astrology, track the planets where they are. It's not so much the astrology, but knowing, hey, what's that over there? I'm looking at Uranus. Are you serious? It is so mind blowing to even think about it. And I don't know. I love it. Thank you for sharing that because I just downloaded it. Now I'm going to go play later with that.
Oh, Brand Art Yoga is here. Hi, Brand Art Yoga. Nice to see you. She is a friend of mine from the Illuminate Festival, and you're Illuminate Portal, Illumination Portal, and this is the Illuminate Festival that I'm going to be at tomorrow. Brand Art Yoga. I will see you there tomorrow. I hope you're going to be there. And oh, so nice. Thanks for being here. What a surprise. I'm going to be. She has a store that has like candles and incense and
Mhm.
banners and all kinds of anything, stones and things. And I'm going to be doing readings in her store. And we booked a date later in the year, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So, but thanks for stopping by. So nice
Yeah,
to
so
see you.
cool. Well, that's going to be such a fun weekend. Are you there the whole weekend for the show
For tomorrow, I'm
tomorrow?
just doing tomorrow. I'm doing it's a 1 day show. Yeah, thank
Nice.
goodness. It does take a lot out of you, but um, yeah. And then there's another show next Saturday on July 15th that I'll put on my community page as well. But good
Fun.
for you, Brand Art Yoga found this show on my community page, came over, subscribed, and joined in the chat. Thank you very
Oh,
much. That was so nice.
yeah, so cool. Nice to meet
Hmm.
you. I, I have, I wanted to just say this because I couldn't believe it. I have Skyview is what mine's called, right? And I just pulled it up. Right above my laptop is right here is Sirius.
And you can take a screenshot
Oh, yeah, I
if
should.
you want. And
If I
what
can.
it is like back in December, and my husband and I were out grocery shopping, and we're just like looking up, and we see these three planets. Remember Venus
Hmm.
and Mars and Jupiter, or somebody was all in a row, and it was so bright in the sky, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And he goes, "What is that?" And I said, "I don't know, but I can find out." And I pulled out my phone. I'm pointing right at it, and you can see what it is. So it helps you to recognize what's
I
up there.
I
Yeah.
bet you that was that Taurus alignment because we had all the planets in Taurus there for a while, right? They were getting a lot of information for us, and it was all jammed up there. Now, Jupiter is still in Taurus, so this is helping us create Jupiter expansion, helping us manifest, right? In Taurus on Earth. How do you these new these new ways of going about how to live in our collective in harmony. That's what I'm constantly hearing and seeing. Oh, thank you, Jay. Jay's bringing up my birthday.
Oh, when is it? Are
It's
you
the
a Cancer?
15th. Yeah, the 15th of July.
Oh, next in a week from tomorrow.
Yeah,
A week from tomorrow is when. Yeah, that's a nice birthday. It's a hot
yeah.
birthday. My
Hot.
goodness.
Middle of the summer. I mean, really couldn't get. And I have a Leo moon. And so, anyway, so I get the Leo Cancer thing. And I did hear this earlier. I don't know what I was listening to. A lot of people, if you don't have any Leo, find out what you have in Leo. Find out what your Venus is in, right? Kind of track that. If you don't have any Leo, it's not. And I didn't think of it like this. There's the person was saying that it's hard for those who don't have any Leo to understand what connecting to your heart really feels like, really means. Um, so I was thinking, well, how would you help someone with that? So go into your Venus, find out what your Venus is, and I would say follow the moon cycle. Like right now, we're in Pisces. So we're in this dreamy Neptunian energy, right? This is why this is the good day to do a show like this, with the moon in Pisces, uh, sun in Cancer, it's all watery. And really just kind of track how you feel. The moon changes sun every 2.5 days. And there's all those moon apps. You can, do you have that? A moon app?
Yes.
It
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
wanting Gibeus, and it's just hit it. It's 75%. It'll tell you what sign it's in. It's in Pisces, and this will help you because you can journal along with this and say, okay, if you notice something strange happening, it is Aries moon. Maybe next Aries moon, I'll handle this situation different. Or I really like how I handled this situation in the Leo moon. I'll remember that next moon. And it helps you track it and keep this nice cycle going for yourself. I pulled a couple of cards. Allie brought me this deck for my birthday. She's so sweet. The
Aw.
Healing Waters Oracle. And I'm really blown away every time I pull cards for all of us. The Healing Lagoon. Rejuvenate, recovery, time to heal. It's safe to stop. Now, this is about that self care, going into your heart. Let yourself feel. It's not easy to share your feelings, but you can be with yourself and feel.
Mm-hmm.
And Lady of the Lake, new beginnings. Something is about to happen. So I think that's pretty. As it does, it feels like we are creating something new, and we're all involved in it. There's no patriarchy or hierarchy in the new energy. We're all we're all important. We're all valid.
That's right.
We are. Thank you,
Oh,
Juno. Thank you, everybody. There are 7 branches to this shaman's cosmic tree. Juno, you have to do a show about that one.
I know. And
You
the
know.
12, what were the 12 spiritual laws or something? I want to
Oh,
find out
that's
more about that.
it's the 12 spiritual laws. Yeah, let's do a show on it. I did it on my channel, but it's better to have someone to talk with, feedback, you know, especially when it comes to these types of
Uh,
concepts because they're
what
serious.
maybe one or two laws at a time, maybe do a series. I don't know
Oh,
if they're all that impactful. Like the law of attraction is one of them. And I was like, you mean there's 12 more?
yeah,
I'm like,
that's what I said. And the first one is the law of divine oneness, right? And
mm,
there's short descriptions, but they're deep. It's very deep. And this is when I started getting into understanding we are all energy. What I think, what I feel, what I believe is what I emit. And if I'm emitting, but I want, say I want this higher vibrational life, but I'm emitting poverty consciousness or lack or whatever, there's no way that they're going to ever connect, because I can only receive the energy I am in every moment. So that's what really helped me with the 12 universal spiritual laws, because
Yeah.
it really does let you know the nuances on the energy. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, the law of attraction is just one part, but if you don't have the other stuff,
You know, I don't know if you'll know this, Val, and if you don't, it's okay. But I remember Deepak Chopra had a
mm,
book out about the 12 spiritual laws. Do you think
ah,
I'll have to look and see if they're the same ones because that was really very well done. It was um, it was based with the characters were Merlin and King Arthur, and he
oh
told the
yes,
story. Do you remember that?
yes, I do. Very cool. Okay, and you want to hear something really strange? This is just, it's just the way things, and this is how the bounces happen. I was talking about Sirius Joy, the service, the astrology service, and how, connecting to your heart. Well, last year, from November until right before April, we had 6 or 7 moons at the same degree. It was like 16 degrees, which equaled 7. Okay, and this is another reason. Let me just say that why this 7-7 portal is so important, because those moons were bringing in the divine, right? Slowly, slowly, slowly. Now here we are, equinox. Well, the Serious Joy, they were talking about, you are, once we got to the end of it, we got to the point where we were King Arthur. We pulled the sword out of the stone. So when you said that, I'm like, oh my God, that's what I've been working on all year with Serious Joy.
Oh,
And
wow.
for it to come up with the 12 universal spiritual laws, it's pretty cool. Because this is exactly, I mean, this is an astrologer saying, we have pulled the sword out. We are creating our castle, whatever that is for you. This is all his interpretation. And here's the blueprints. We're at the blueprints. We're making the foundation. We're making it the way we want it. Do we want 19 rooms or 3? You know, these these are the details that are so significant right now, and these details you are getting from your heart.
Can you pop up the screen share I have on there?
Sure.
This is the book, but this is actually the 1 hour
Yes.
paperback abridged for it's a I can't find the actual book, but it says a pocket guide to fulfilling your dreams. I'm telling you, this thing changed my life. I could not believe it. And some of the things, let me just click on this one and see if it how
Hmm.
it comes up. This is the hardcover one. The 7 spiritual laws of success. So it's only 7 of the 12. So it's not the
Okay.
exact thing, but it was so magical. And the story that he told was the boy learning the laws of success, and it's not necessarily the laws of success. It's the laws of humanity, the laws of the earth. And I hope this was the one. It's Deepak, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
creating affluence. But it was very, very impactful when I saw that. Just so everybody can see. I don't know if you guys, but you see, there's like used ones for $1. So,
I
um,
think I'm going to get it again, because that was really good. It was
mhm,
powerful. It was.
mhm. It was so well done,
Mm,
and just the in the manner it was told, like you were watching and listening to somebody else, like it was Merlin teaching the young king why things happen, and the young king would mess up and break something, or and then the lesson would come in. It was so beautiful, really, really. It really did impact. I tried to listen to a lot of Deepak early on in my life, but
mhm.
a lot of it went right over top of my head. But no, it
I
was really.
like- Did
Mhm.
you ever read The Alchemist? That was
I
another one. Oh my God! And if this book will change your entire
right,
life, it's so
right.
good. It's so good. The Alchemist. I sent you just a little screenshot of the 12 universal laws. There's divine oneness, vibration, attraction, correspondence, action, cause and effect, compensation, perpetual transmutation of energy, relativity, polarity, rhythm, and gender. And if you, through the series I was doing on my channel, if once you have that sequence of events down, and you're
Mm.
automatically doing it, right? Um, you this is how you create in your life.
Oops.
That's so cool.
It's not coming in very clear, but
I'm
it's the law of the divine oneness, law
mm,
of vibration, law of attraction, law of correspondence, law of action. Yeah, it does. I mean, we need, I think it would be hugely impactful. And anybody in the chat, if you're listening now, let us know if you'd like to have one law or two laws. I know we couldn't do all 12 all at once, but
right.
let us know. Give us some idea if you're watching later. Just let us know in the comments below what you would prefer or what you think would work well. But it's the 12 universal laws, and oh my goodness,
Hmm.
explained with real world examples, and that's what's
Yeah,
important. I mean,
yeah,
because that's what the laws are affect. You know.
yeah. It's how do we do this? It's and it, like I said, we're doing it unconsciously and subconsciously. This is how we create. But there's always, I noticed for me, I had missed a couple steps. I was overlooking, and that is another thing that the Serious Joy guy brought up. You There's a certain way, a certain sequence to do things. So I would love to do that. I think we should do two at a time.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm. I think it would be cool.
I mean, and just by one short description, I mean, we could go on. Yeah, really getting deep. Just realized my Venus, Mars, Mercury, and Ascendant are all Earth signs. Thus, my Earth-centric understanding of life. Thanks for showing
Hmm.
me a bigger picture. Aw,
Hmm.
you're
And
welcome.
that is it helps us so much knowing the nuances of your own chart. Your divine blueprint is your chart. And there's a lot of astrologers, and they do a lot of different types of readings, but knowing how to use the energies where they are now, where the planets are now, to your chart really is helpful. Really, it helps you understand yourself so much. Says Alchemist Diana. What time is it on my end? It is, good question, 6:05. Perrette, how are you?
Hi, Pierrette.
I love Perrette.
Yeah, and thank you, each and every all of you, for commenting and sharing and following along and supporting Val here. This was her baby, but yeah, my little Willow is turning 10. Aw.
Aw, on the same birthday. That is so sweet. What a beautiful name, Willow.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank your guides for calling me. Because this is a lot of fun, and we should do 888. Definitely. See what it is the information we gleaned, how we're feeling, a check-in point, because that's kind of in between now and the fall equinox. Where that it's important. Of course, we'll also have 999 portal 1010. It goes all year, and it's really cool. But this is the 7 year because of the seven in the
Mm-hmm.
2023, the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Important.
Usually the 8-8, the Lionsgate, is usually one that's very big and very pivotal for me, that I
Mhm.
can almost, I mean, it's tangible. Like I can see what things were like right before and then right after. But all in that window of 8-8, I get real which star system lines up with the 8-8?
Well, there. Okay, so we're in Leo, and it would be um, Re- well, not Regulus. Regulus is in Leo. Let me see. Let's see
Well,
what it
whatever
says.
it is, it's
It
very
says, you know what I think? I think it's also the Lionsgate because I was. It's called it known as the cosmic heart.
yes.
Now,
And this is why I'm here. Val is helping me by teaching me because I don't know all the lingo. I don't know all the planets. I don't know all the star systems. I know all the feelings. I know all the spiritual ideas behind it. I know all of this part. I can feel what Val is saying. I just can't say it because I don't have that lingo in my vocabulary yet. But I'm
ooh,
helping her by being here
yeah,
for her to teach what she wants to teach you. But she's also helping me by teaching me.
yeah. I mean, and that's how all of our interactions are. I mean, it is so important because I looked this up earlier. It said Sirius, and then I went into the 7-7 stuff, so I wasn't thinking. To name it plainly, light travels and carries information from the light from Sirius in conjunction with the light of the sun aligned to Earth. This alignment, this is the 888 portal. So that's how huge the space Sirius and the Seven Sisters are in. But you see, the
Okay.
importance of that is the Cancer side of it brings in the water, the Leo side brings in the fire, and the alchemy that we create with that every year is really important. And I just keep getting it so important. We have so much to do in the next year and a half, and we're going to be. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, I was confused because I'm on the East Coast and was like, it's too early. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me. I can't do two things at once, as we can see. But yes, I agree, Diana. Doing the portals, all the portals would be great too, and the spiritual laws. It's just because I guess that because I mean I love looking at the triple numbers. I love seeing the 9, 9, 10, 10. But when they, I
This
kept
was a
seeing,
big one.
yeah, 7, 7, 7, and they're like, yes, very big. And I didn't even think, oh, have a show or anything. So thankfully, Jean, her guides did, and here we are.
When
I
your name's
love it.
Illumination Portal, you're going to have to illuminate the portals.
True. Thank. I need to get on it.
Okay, it's serious for the 8-8
Hmm.
Lionsgate. Okay.
Hmm.
But
So,
this one and the next one always do get me. And then the
oh, I'm
1111, but that one, the 1111 doesn't affect me as much. I can tangible, it's tangible for me
yeah,
for the 8-8 portal. It's really
yeah.
powerful.
And there's Sirius A and Sirius B, so maybe that's it. I'm gonna have to really dig into that because I was like, how can that be? And not understanding how big that, constellations are huge, and they do take up a couple of the sun signs.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
thank you guys. We appreciate you.
Yeah, this was so dynamic, very interesting, so many different ideas. And we just really are glad that everybody is here to help us share this and understand this and raise the vibration, right? Raise the
Yeah,
frequency.
yeah. And I mean, just keep that inside of yourself too. Balance that divine feminine and a divine masculine, and follow your heart. And that's what we've been doing, whether we know it or not, because you wouldn't be here if you weren't acknowledging what your guidance is saying to you.
So, Oil Painter said it's Sirius of Orion's belt. And
Hmm.
um, I think I'm connected to the Orion,
Hmm.
whatever. Hmm.
Well, Orion's belt's the three together, right, in a row, and they line up with those three pyramids in Egypt. Right above it, it is so cool. Look up a picture for that because there is pictures on the internet of that when it's actually happened, and I'm gonna see when that time of year is too.
Yeah, let's get together. Well, when we come off, we'll book it, Val.
Okay,
I'll
sounds
come
good.
be I'll come be your hype girl again. I like it. But you have to choose the questions though.
I know. See, I'm telling you, I'm bad at this. I'm gonna get better, guys. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for coming to be with us. We will be together again soon. I'll be with Diana. I'll be with Kate.
Yeah, where will you be next?
Um, with Kate on Sunday night at 8. We're doing our second show of Love Notes, and then I think that's it for this week. No, Thursday with Allie at 11 a.m. Eastern
Wow.
time. So
Wow.
if I say time, it's Eastern. Sorry.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And that's fascinating. So, do you have a subject with Allie or not yet?
Allie and I are, I think we're doing readings.
Oh,
We're just gonna do,
great.
yeah, we're going to do
Good.
readings.
Isn't it fun? See, you
Yeah,
can do both. That's the
yeah.
balance.
I
That's the
love doing
balance.
readings. I
I
do.
do too, but I really love these to get connected to the chat as well.
Hmm.
So everybody, I will be on the next time I will be live. I have my show tomorrow, so I won't be on YouTube. I have the festival, the psychic fair that I'm going to all day tomorrow, and the next time I'll be on is with Joan, Wisdom Seeker Joan, and Terry from Kigaru Spiritual Journeys. Will
Hmm.
be on Joan's channel on Monday the 10th, and that's at 4:30 Eastern, which is 1:30 Pacific. And then I will be on Marina Shelton's channel.
Oh,
Marina Heartfelt, I don't, is it Heart Centered Tarot? I think it is. And
Heart Wonder.
I'll be on her show at 6:30 on the 11th on Tuesday.
Mm.
So yeah, and I call that like my summer fun. I have a little bit more energy in the summer than I do in the winter. Like in the winter, I'm very, not as energetic. So I like to try and take advantage of the extra energy and the sunshine being out so late at night at this time of year, and I just love it. So yeah, I'll be doing some summer fun collaborations.
Absolutely. And that's a good thing. That's a good reminder. Honor your cycles. It's important. I think I used to beat myself up. Oh my God, you don't do anything in the winter, but I don't. I don't like it. I like doing the summer and spring and the fall.
Some people love skiing and
Yeah.
snowboarding, and
Mm-mm.
yeah, I I yeah, I go to bed early.
Yeah. I'll put a list on my community board of the shows that I've got coming up because I do have Diane and I will be doing the full moon on my channel on the 17th. And
Oh, wow.
Janet, I know Janet always asks me to post everything. And I honestly, I post those anyway. I'm going to get better, I promise. And if you need a reading, either from Sun Psychic Jean, all her information's in the description box to get a hold of her, and she would gladly get you get you lined up there. You
And if
have
you would like your natal chart done, Valerie is amazing because she combines spiritual guidance from her guides along with the knowledge of astrology that she has. It's phenomenal. It's really very well done. And if you haven't had your natal chart done or your birth chart done, please do contact Val. And what is your email that they can contact you?
it is here. I'll put it in here real quick. Love you see you. It's underneath in the description box too at Gmail. So it's loveucu at gmail.com. There we go. And thank you. Thank you for saying all
So
that.
you
Thank
just
God.
pop it up there so that they can
Mm-hmm.
pop it up on the. Can you put it on the?
I got you. See,
Yeah,
I
there
need
it is.
directions. Thank you, Mika. Oh, I just did Mika's chart the other day. That was a lot of fun.
It is. It's
Yeah.
it's it's you get a lot of information, you get a lot of, awareness and direction. It's really very, very a wonderful thing. And you learn a lot. You really do learn a lot. Well, thanks, Brand
Thank
Art
you.
Yoga, for being here. They said thank you so much. Lots of information. Isn't it great?
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're so glad to see you here. We will be back, and I will be more organized. And visit Jean if you needed a reading, or myself, and we are here for you. We love you. Enjoy the portal.
Yes. Enjoy, everybody.
Meditate on this portal. Yeah. All right, guys. Love you.
Bye bye.